Well, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a pretty big hit with fans, but are we close to the end already? Well, producers Phil Lord and Chris Miller have confirmed that Beyond the Spider-Verse, the next film, will mark their farewell to the animated franchise and could actually close out this Miles Morales story. Let's take a couple minutes to dive into what they said and what it means for the future of the character. Well, if you've seen Across the Spider-Verse, you know it ends on a massive cliffhanger, and it looks like next March's Beyond the Spider-Verse will pit the two teams of wall-crawling heroes against each other in a final showdown. One of those teams will be led by Gwen Stacy, who is set to rescue Miles Morales and lead up the team from the original movie, while Spider-Man 2099 is taking charge of his army of spiders to protect the quote-unquote canon from alteration and the multiverse from destruction. And we know all of this has high stakes for Miles Morales, potentially losing his father, so Earth 1610 Spider-Man will do whatever it takes to win, and that's likely to lead to a very interesting climactic battle. But what many people are not expecting is Beyond the Spider-Verse could be the end of this Miles Morales story. Now, Phil Lord and Chris Miller recently spoke with Entertainment Tonight, and they seem to confirm that once this trilogy concludes, they will indeed be moving on from the franchise. This is what they had to say. It's the end of the Miles Morales trilogy, so this whole thing is like working towards that, but this obviously has its own complete film with a beginning, a middle, and an end, and Miles starts in one place and ends in another, and all the characters have their arcs in this film, but that's it for us. We're so tired. Now, quite honestly, I'm not very shocked at this statement. Ending the story on a high note and sending it out on a plus is what all creators want to do, and sometimes staying too long is the wrong move and it oversaturates their property and leads to fans kind of trickling off. Additionally, there's those reports, directly from Amy Pascal, that the character is about to make his live-action debut, meaning I really doubt Sony would want to have two active versions on the big screen at the same time. Now, there are also reports of Spider-Verse spin-offs, which do include Gwen Stacy and some other Spider heroes, but where that actually goes, we're going to have to wait and see. I actually think Lord and Miller's magic is what makes this particular franchise work, and I'm unsure how all this would manifest losing them, and that spark and style that's gone into the animation and creativity here is not likely easy to replicate. Honestly, I think this is all part of Sony's plan. The animated movies have done a great job, but I really think their purpose was to introduce fans to a whole new laundry list of characters, all of which Sony has rights to in live action, so that they can then transition into their own live action Spider-Verse, potentially replicating some of those Avengers box office results, just like they got in No Way Home. I think Sony is full in on the multiverse, and it is their way to capitalize on their Spider property, all while working closely with Marvel Studios. To me, it's blatantly clear that Miles Morales is likely the live-action Spider-Man for the future of the live-action Spider-Verse over at Sony, and they want these movies to end with a bang, leaving fans hungry for more so that they can supply that with a live-action version. Now, we're going to have to wait till March 29th of 2024 to find out what Miles' story looks like when it finishes, but be really clear, Sony knows what they have here. Miles Morales is an incredible character who's super popular, and his future is going to be rich in the Sony Spider-Verse. When he appears after that, well, we're going to have to wait and see.